Public to be heard.
Good evening. Paul Salvatore, 148 North Elm. John, you mentioned earlier about Arbor Day. Will that be on the website? And can we have it on the TV so it scrolls through so people know who to contact if they want to volunteer? I know our Rotary Club's out there every year, and we're scrambling every year to get people, and especially when we get hit with a weather delay because everybody's taking the day off, and it's tough to get that second day. But to come out, the good news, I believe it's the first and fifth graders are the ones who are out there, and it's just a great event, plus a lot of other little schools that come out for the day, and parents who have their children. So it's something that we're proud of in this community. In fact, that's one of the reasons I think we're being considered for one of the best 10 towns. And you can go on and vote every 5 hours, and you should. You should set your alarm clock and get up in the middle of the night when there's not a big, beeline to that website. But we did slip. We were actually up one more place. I checked it. I voted twice already today. Unlike Election Day, you can vote early and often, and you should. But we need to get more votes out there. And one of the things that makes us one of those towns is what we do. And it's not just, like I said last time, it's not just the buildings, it's the people. We had the library party the other night. It was fantastic. Everybody I'm looking at here, members of council, were there. And I think it was great support. And that's what the community is. It's people. That's the heart. And I only worry when we start charging $250 to organizations to put events on in our community. I've heard it said, well, they're flush with money, they got plenty of cash, they're charging people. Most of these organizations are 501c3s. And yeah, they may make money on that event, but that then goes back into something else. So if you charge the library because they're doing a block party $250 for an event, you think they're going to be able to raise it. Well, I can tell you, I belong to most of these organizations and help them. It's getting harder and harder to get people to write that check, to be part of it. And you got to be very careful that you don't want to start chasing these events out of town. The people say, why even bother? It's $250 now. On top of, we just raised the fee for police. Maybe you were looking at $1,200 last year. You could be looking at an additional $1,000 this year. An organization starts looking at that and says, let's just forget it. And that's the last thing we want, because the borough does certain events. We do our park and rec, but other than that, we don't run any parades. We don't do Welcome Day. We don't do Market Day. We don't do the car show. It's not the borough. It's the organizations that come here and do it. And the fact that we have a great downtown area lends itself to many of these events. So just got to be careful. And I think putting the line on there that they can get out and get their, or ask for a waiver is a good thing. Let them know, because if I brought my organization in here and you charged me $250 and I didn't know I could get a waiver and I found out somebody else got it, I'd be a little upset with you guys, So when you have these people come in front of you for their events, be gentle. Just because an organization is charging doesn't mean they're going to be flush with cash. There's a lot of expenses. Just to give you an idea, the Christmas parade was $12,000. A Welcome Day runs about $9,000 to $10,000. A first night cost about $15,000. And that's all fun. We used to get money from the township for first night for the fireworks. And they stopped. They stopped doing it because they couldn't afford it anymore. We had to scramble to come up with the money, which we did, and we've been able to pull it off. But these are things you have to consider, who you're impacting with these fees. You could be, as good old Ben Franklin would say, penny wise and pound foolish. So be careful when you attach these fees to people. Thank you.